Hello friends, welcome to JK Shah classes, Vedanta Enterprise. Today we will be revising income tax authorities and their powers. It is called chapter 13 of the Income Tax Act. This is a chapter of CA final applicable for May 2025 and November 2025 attempt. In this chapter we are going to discuss various sections, section 116 till section 131. Very first section, section 116 gives us an insight of who all are the income tax authorities. Income tax department falls under CBDT. Income tax department is a part of finance ministry of central government. The topmost authority as per section 116 is CBDT. CBDT comprises of chairman, vice chairman and various members. Income tax department, if you speak about, then it starts with Principal Director General of Income Tax, PDGIT, or Director General of Income Tax, or Principal Chief Commissioner or Chief Commissioner, PCCIT, PCIT. Then Principal Director of Income Tax or Director of Income Tax, PDIT, DIT, Principal Commissioner, PCIT, CIT, that is Commissioner. And we have one authority called Commissioner of Income Tax Appeals, which is written as CITA. Then we have Additional Director of Income Tax, Additional Commissioner of Income Tax. There used to be one more authority which was defunct since long, but finally deleted by Nirmala Sitharamanji last year. Should have been deleted long back. This authority was useless. There was no post of additional CIT appeal. Joint Director, Joint Commissioner, JDIT, JCIT and JCIT appeal. This is the authority newly introduced with effect from AY 24-25 last year. Deputy Director and Deputy Commissioner are the next authority. Then we have Assistant Director and Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax. We generally do not use abbreviations for two authorities. One is additional and one is assistant, because both of them share the same abbreviation, same short form ADIT, ADIT. But by default, it is a system that if you are talking about ADIT, then you are necessarily talking about Assistant Commissioner and not talking about Additional Director. Then Income Tax Officer, ITO, and then Tax Recovery Officer, TRO. TRO does not come up in the picture on a day-to-day basis. TRO comes up in the picture, as the name indicates, he is a recovery officer. He comes up in the picture only when assessee has committed a default in paying tax, interest, penalty, etc. And then AO will hand over the matter to TRO. TRO will forcefully recover the amount. Last authority is Inspector of Income Tax, meaning thereby not police inspector or sub inspector, that kind of a thing. Inspector means a person who is a clerk. He is called inspector. There are many other people who are associated with income tax department, like stenographer, typist, office boy, peon, canteen boy, driver. But these people don't have the authority. Stenographer, typists don't have the authority, therefore they cannot be called as income tax authorities. Here only those people will appear who have some authority. Now generally we come across a term called AO, assessing officer. So where is AO? AO is, friends, not a separate authority. Some of these people only are called as AO, assessing officer. Assessing officer is defined in section 2 clause 7a. 5 people out of these will be called as assessing officer. Which 5? Starting with additional, joint, deputy, assistant and ITO. Additional commissioner, joint commissioner, deputy commissioner, assistant commissioner and ITO. Now first of all, before we proceed further, needless to say, unimportant from exam point of view, but two people, we have Principal Director, Principal Commissioner, Director, Commissioner, Principal Director General, Principal Chief Commissioner. So are these two people different? Answer yes, they are totally different people. Generally, directors and commissioners, the directors handle back office work and front office work is handled by commissioners. All of them are given different tasks, and there are multiple number of CITs and CCITs. There are multiple number of people associated with the department. Every city, town or locality will have different numbers of CIT. Mumbai is a finance capital. In Mumbai we have more than 42 CITs. They are being numbered numerically in English alphabet, English numbers, CIT 40, CIT 32, this way they are written, CIT dash. Same thing for other authorities also. CIT is just an example. Mumbai city, they divide into 8 zones. All these things are not relevant from exam perspective. These 5 people are called assessing officers. So AO means additional, joint, deputy, assistant, ITO, 5 people. So in a chart form, from additional till ITO, these people are called as AO. Assessing officer is not an authority, it's not a post, it's a separate task given to some officers who have to look after the task of doing assessment on a day-to-day basis. That's why they are called assessing officer. Next is section 117. Who appoints them? So answer, topmost authorities are all appointed by central government finance ministry directly, and the lowermost authorities are all appointed, deputy commissioner and onwards are appointed by CBDT or principal chief commissioner, principal commissioner, commissioner. These people appoint. So topmost authority up to joint commissioner are all appointed by central government directly based on their educational qualification. They have some separate exams. Why are we discussing all these things? Are we required to remember this chart, hierarchical order? So actually not, but not from exam perspective, but in real life you will have to remember as to who is superior to whom and who is inferior to whom, who is subordinate to whom. Not very much relevant, but for upcoming chapters at some places certain things are given that if this is the officer passing the order, then he requires approval of this officer. Assistant commissioner will require approval of joint commissioner. So there you will be required to know that joint commissioner is 2 steps above the assistant commissioner. Okay. Then next is 118, control over income tax authorities. Who controls them? So actually nobody controls them, but it says CBDT. Unimportant section, questions don't come in the exam. CBDT controls them within the overall framework of central government. Means CBDT has to restrict itself to parameters or the guidelines given by central government. 119 powers of CBDT to issue orders, directions, instructions or circulars to its subordinate income tax authority. So number one, 4 things we are talking about: order, direction, instruction or circular. For the sake of brevity, I will be using the term only circular. You should understand I am talking about all 4. There is a difference between all 4, but not from exam perspective. Even in real life also it doesn't matter. Normally orders and directions are for department and circulars are for everyone. Circulars are open to everyone. That is something meant to be circulated. That's why it's called circular. CBDT issues them. We will use one word, single word, circular. To whom does it issue? It issues circulars to its income tax authorities which are subordinate to it. Subordinate means starting with principal, director general from that level. So this section 119 is divided into 3 parts. Out of them only part 3 is important. Part 1 is which 2 types of circulars CBDT cannot issue. Second part is which 3 types of circulars CBDT can generally issue. And third part is some points to be noted. There are 6 points to be noted, and that is what is important from exam perspective. Up till now questions have come only on third part. So third part is relevant from exam perspective. Section 116, 117 and 118 can be skipped from exam perspective. No need to revise them. Once you have studied, that's it, done for all. 119 you will have to study. There are 3 sections only in this chapter which you actually need to focus upon. Which 3 I will tell you. First one is 119. All 3 of them are odd numbers. Which 2 types of circulars CBDT can issue or cannot issue? First 2 types of circulars CBDT cannot issue. Number 1, any circular requiring any income tax authority to make a particular assessment or to dispose of a particular case in a particular manner. To dispose of a particular case or particular person's case in a particular manner. So if there is a ruling party Congress or ruling party BJP and opposition party is Congress and they are rivals of each other. So one political party cannot through CBDT instruct any income tax officer having jurisdiction over a particular politician that do the assessment of this politician in this manner just to take revenge. Cannot be done. So disposing of particular case of particular person or to making assessment of a particular person in a particular manner, that kind of instructions cannot be given by CBDT. CBDT can give such instruction, but for overall basis, that for all cases in Mumbai do the assessment this way. But this person assessment in this way, that cannot be done. And secondly, CBDT cannot issue a circular to CIT appeal or Joint Commissioner of Income Tax appeal while discharging their discretionary powers, while exercising their discretionary powers, while discharging appellate functions. Meaning thereby, what is discretionary power? Discretionary powers are those powers which these people have to exercise completely as per their discretion, completely as per their wisdom, using their brain. For example, when AO passes the order, one can file appeal to CIT appeal or JCIT appeal. So at that time, there is some time limit applicable to file appeal. Time limit is 30 days. 30 days from the date of receiving AO's order, you go to CIT appeal. However, if there is any delay, you filed appeal on 35th day, 5 days of delay. Delay condonation and admitting appeal on 35th day is a discretionary power of CIT appeal. If he wants to, he will. If he does not want to, If he is not satisfied with the reasons for delay, he will reject your appeal. So whether to admit appeal on 35th day or not, that is completely at the discretion of CIT appeal. There have been cases where appeals have been rejected even if there is a delay of 1 or 2 days, and there have been cases where delay of more than 1 year is also condoned, completely at the discretion of CIT appeal. CBDT cannot interfere in that. Second part, which 3 types of circulars CBDT can issue? In real life, this will help you. CBDT in respect of any class of cases or respect of class of incomes. Understand, this kind of circular cannot be issued for one particular person. Where is it written? Answer is written, no. Class of cases can be issued for class of cases, cannot be done for one single case. Or class of incomes. Class of income, we have 5 classes of income: salary, PGBP, IFHB, capital gain, IFOS. So CBDT can issue this kind of circular for, let's say, all people in the country having business income or everyone having salary income, particular circular issued. CBDT by issuing general or special order, CBDT in respect of particular class of cases or class of income relax the provisions regarding following 7 items. One by one. Number 1, CBDT can relax the provisions regarding filing of return. Filing of return under section 139, that means IT return filing due date, ITR due date. So we know pretty well every year CBDT keeps extending due date. This time also due dates were extended by 15 days. All the 3 due dates were extended by 15 days. Who does this? Finance Ministry doesn't do it, CBDT does it, and CBDT will issue a circular for this. Okay, so CBDT can relax the provision, meaning thereby CBDT can extend the due date, cannot cut it short. Instead of 31st July, they cannot make it 15 July. That Finance Ministry will have to do in case they want to. CBDT can relax the provision regarding assessment proceedings under 142, 143, 144, reassessment proceedings, rectification proceeding, levy of interest under 234 ABC, levy of fees under 234E and 234F. 234F is 5,000 fees for late filing of IT return, and 234E is 200 rupee per day for late filing of TDS or TCS quarterly statement. Or CBDT can relax the provisions with regards to levy of penalty, but let me remind you, cannot be done for one particular person. Only for me they extend the due date, that is not possible. They can extend the due date for all chartered accountants, all doctors, all Mumbai people, all Maharashtra people, all Bengaluru people, that can be done. Next is, that was first one, CBDT. Now next one, understand the language. How different is the language from the first point? CBDT here for class of cases or class of income. In second point it says CBDT in respect of any case or a class of cases. So this circular can be issued for one particular person also. CBDT may authorize any income tax authority other than CIT appeal or other than JCIT appeal. CBDT can allow them, or CBDT can authorize the income tax authority to admit any belated claim or belated application for refund, rebate, relief, or any carry forward of losses, etc. For example, for everything there is a time limit. You want to claim refund, there is a time limit. You file IT return within particular time limit, then only refund will be granted. Otherwise your refund is gone forever. I myself experienced this. Okay, I had a refund of 6,000 rupees in one of the years. I forgot to file the IT return, even belated return also, and the refund was gone. Or carry forward of loss. If you want to carry forward certain losses, then IT return has to be filed within due date. If could not be filed, genuine reason, then approach CBDT. CBDT may relax the time limit, and CBDT may authorize your AO or the given income tax authority to admit your IT return or application even after due date and grant you refund or allow you carry forward of losses. However, CBDT will require some genuine reasons. Most people end up giving health reasons. Health reasons are generally not accepted. You need to have some strong reason. Okay, that you were behind the bar for 6 months. That's why you could not file IT return. Third and the last, CBDT in respect of any case or class of cases. Here also in respect of any case, meaning thereby for one particular person also it can be done. CBDT by issuing general or special order for reasons to be recorded in writing. For this circular, reasons will have to be recorded in writing. Why is this circular issued or why this kind of instruction is issued? Relax the provisions contained in chapter 4 or chapter 6a. We know pretty well what is chapter 6a. Chapter 6 is 80C to 80U deductions. So what CBDT can relax the provision? How CBDT can relax the provision? The answer, for example, one of the section here in chapter 6 is 80D, mediclaim, health insurance. One of the condition is payment should be made of mediclaim insurance, otherwise by way of cash. But suppose any assessee has 3 bank account, is a 20-year-old mediclaim policy. Assessee every year had been paying by account payee check, but this time all his 3 bank accounts are freezed by GST department because of some human error or because of technical issue, and now the due date for paying insurance premium, mediclaim premium, is approaching near. Assessee had no option but to pay by cash, and if he pays by cash, deduction cannot be claimed under old scheme. New tax regime, the deduction is not allowed otherwise also for ETD. So assessee can, in that case, if he paid by cash, assessee can approach CBDT and request CBDT explain the reasons. CBDT happy with your reasons, satisfied with your reasons, can relax the provision. Chapter 4 is 5 heads of income. For example, one of the head is capital gain. In capital gain chapter, you have exemption under 54 EC. Within 6 months from the date of transferring the old asset, you acquire notified bonds of NHAI, RECL, PFCL, IRFCL, then exemption available. Time limit to invest is 6 months. Suppose any assessee could not invest in 6 months, invested in 7th month, delay of 10-15 days. Reason, during that 6 month span of time, notified bonds were not available only. None of the 4 bonds were available. NHAI, RECL, Power Finance Corporation Limited, Indian Railway Finance Corporation Limited, none of them were available. Assessee invested, but after 6 months. So in such situation, exemption should be denied. No worries, you have genuine reason, approach CBDT. CBDT is ultimate. CBDT will relax the provision and allow you the exemption. Provided 2 extra conditions are satisfied. Which 2 conditions? First of all, reasons will have to be recorded in writing. That is 1 condition plus 3 more conditions. Provided default was due to circumstances beyond the control. Assessee could not have avoided the default. It happened automatically. Like bonds were not available in 6 months for 54 EC. So what can assessee do? Can't help it. Here bank accounts were frozen. Assessee could not have paid by account payee check, account payee draft. Assessee cannot pay from somebody else's account also. Insurance companies don't accept the check from somebody else's bank account. I hope you are aware of that. Then assessee default was due to circumstances beyond control. Assessee has complied with such requirements before completion of assessment. So he invested in 54 EC bonds after 6 months but before completion of assessment, and central government has laid each such circular or order before each house of parliament. Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, upper house, lower house. Why presenting it in the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha? Parliamentarians may or may not understand. Not all parliamentarians will understand the contents of circular. However, it is just to keep a watch on income tax department that don't exceed your power. It should not so happen that CBDT takes money under the table and issues circular for one particular person and provides benefit to him, though that person was not eligible for benefit based on merits. Points to be noted, these are important. 6 points are there, these are important from exam perspective, questions are asked. Look at the title, CBDT circular for subordinate income tax authority. CBDT issues it for his subordinate income tax authorities. That means CBDT circulars are binding on subordinate income tax authorities but not binding for others. So binding on assessee or not? Answer, on assessee not binding. CBDT circulars are binding on all income tax authorities but not binding on assessee, therefore assessee can challenge. But assessee will have to challenge. If assessee does not challenge, then assessee will have to comply with it. Then binding on assessee indirectly. Because when you file IT return without following CBDT circular, AO will make addition or disallow something as per CBDT circular. If you don't file appeal or don't challenge CBDT circular right now, then you have accepted it. CBDT circulars can be challenged by way of filing a writ petition to High Court. Secondly, similarly, CBDT circulars are not binding on Supreme Court, High Court, Authority for Advance Ruling or Board for Advance Ruling, etc. or Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. These people, including ITAT, these people might be handling income tax related cases or might be dealing exclusively with income tax related cases, but these are not income tax authorities. These are not part of income tax department. They are constituted as separate independent body. Therefore, CBDT circulars are not binding on them. Please listen to my statement once again. I said not binding. Not binding because these are not income tax authority. I am not saying these people cannot follow. They can follow if they wish to. They can use CBDT circular as an external aid to interpret the language of law. Not binding on them. Not forcibly binding, but they can use it. In any case, CBDT circulars are always binding on income tax authority. Income tax authorities cannot challenge. Fourth, CBDT cannot issue a circular which contradicts with Supreme Court language, Supreme Court decision. Supreme Court decisions in our country become law. Only person who can reverse the effect of Supreme Court decision is government, central government, finance ministry or ministry of law and order. But income tax CBDT cannot reverse the decision, cannot issue circular contradicting with Supreme Court decision. If it does so, such circular will be invalid. Similarly, CBDT cannot issue a circular which is contradicting with plain language of law. However, CBDT can issue a circular which contradicts with High Court decision. High Court decision it can. Like in minimum alternate tax chapter, if you recollect, there were two High Court decisions for allowing 54 EC exemption from book profit or not, if you recollect. One was Kerala High Court decision in case of NJ Joes and Company 1999, and another where Kerala High Court said not allowed, 54 EC cannot be claimed while computing book profit, and another was Metal and Chromium Plater Madras High Court decision where Madras High Court stated allowed. Why allowed? They described it. If you recollect, if you have not watched the video of minimum alternate tax, please do go and watch it. It's a beautiful video. All points are comprehensively covered in a very short span of time. Will really help you. Okay. Now, both the decisions sounded very correct. Absolutely correct. Both of them were equally justifiable. Now, somebody has to put a full stop. Somebody has to toss a coin and decide. So, CBDT will do so. CBDT will issue a circular. Any circular on MAT will contradict with either Madras High Court decision or will contradict with Kerala High Court decision, as the case may be. Supreme Court decision cannot be contradicted, High Court decisions can be. Similarly, CBDT cannot issue a circular which contradicts with the plain language of the law. If it does, it will be invalid. However, if CBDT issues a circular which is contradicting with the plain language of law or contradicting with Supreme Court decision, but if such circular is beneficial to the assessee, benevolent, then such circular will be not considered as invalid even though it runs contrary to the plain language of law or runs contrary to the Supreme Court decision. Next three sections 120, 124 and 127 are totally unimportant. Section 120 jurisdiction of income tax authority. In a note supplied to you, I have covered them in one line only. I have given only title. Section 120, 127 and 124 are unimportant. Jurisdiction of income tax authority. So 120 section used to talk about if once particular person is appointed as an income tax authority, then he has to be given some jurisdiction. Okay, you look after airport road of Bengaluru, you look after Andheri area of Mumbai, so and so. Jurisdiction has to be allotted. However, as of today, still this section prevails, not deleted, but then it's useless. So jurisdictions would be allotted to them on the basis of territorial area, like pin code number so and so to so and so you handle, pin code number so and so to so and so you handle. Persons or class of persons, like we have individual, HUF, AOP, BOI, company, partnership firm, LLP. So all companies you handle, all individuals you handle, all HUF you handle, that way. Income or class of income, we have 5 classes of income: PGBP, salary, IFHP, capital gain, IFOS. Headwise also incomes can be granted, jurisdiction can be granted that you look after all PGBP income people. In Mumbai it is like that, all practicing chartered accountants and doctors and engineers have to file at one place, IT return. Now so it is online. So why I am telling you to cancel this, because questions have never come on this section, and now when everything is online, digitalized, everything is controlled by CPC Bengaluru, asking question now does not arise. Earlier also institute did not ask, now why would they ask? You can cancel it. Cases or class of cases, here they can allot jurisdiction in any random manner. 124 section again cancel. Jurisdiction of AO, once the jurisdiction is granted to a particular person, AO, he is being granted jurisdiction of particular area. Then within that area, he can exercise jurisdiction over any person whosoever is running business profession in that area. Or in case person is carrying on business profession in more than one area, then jurisdiction can be allotted, or that AO can exercise jurisdiction over any person having principal place of business in that area, head office. Or alternatively, any person who is residing in that area. If there is a dispute between two assessing officers with regards to area of jurisdiction, especially when two areas are touching each other. Two areas are touching, this 3 area 1, 2, 3. Mumbai, it very frequently happens. I don't know about your city. So in that case, if assessee is staying exactly here, exactly on the cusp, exactly on the border of two areas, then which AO, this area falls under another AO, this area falls under another AO. Dispute, they can refer to higher authority. Higher authority will resolve the issue. 127 section, again an important power to transfer the case. It says one AO cannot transfer the case to another AO on his own. Transferring of the case can be done only by higher authority. CIT, CCIT, PCCIT, PCIT, they can transfer the case from one AO to another AO, subordinate to him. After giving reasonable opportunity of being heard to the assessee, I call it as OOBH, reasonable opportunity of being heard. However, no opportunity is required in case if the case is to be transferred from one AO to another AO within same city, town or locality. Okay, nowadays for online IT return, all transferring cases etc. does not happen. 129 section is slightly important because on 129 section questions have never come directly, but there is a reference of this section in couple of upcoming chapters. Therefore, you should know what is 129. If you don't know, then you will find difficulties in upcoming chapters. You will have question mark on your face. What is this? It talks about change in the incumbency. Incumbency means, or incumbent means, government officer who is on duty. Not resigned, not suspended, not retired. He is on duty. If such officer changes, then what will happen? So there will be two officers handling the case. Predecessor, old officer, and the successor officer. For example, in your case, AO, your case falls under AO 28/2/3. That AO is Mr. X. His name is Mr. X. However, he completed 80% of your case. He issued you notice. He called for hearing. 80% cases completed by him. And then he ceases to exercise jurisdiction. He stops exercising jurisdiction. How? For any reason. Maybe due to promotion, resignation, demotion, suspension, expulsion, mental retardedness, or due to any reason. If he ceases to exercise jurisdiction and is succeeded by another officer, AO number will remain same, whatever was earlier, 28/2/3. Ward 28/2/3, but person instead of X, it is Mr. Y. Mr. Y will be called as successor officer. Mr. X was predecessor. Now, successor will continue the proceeding from the same stage at which it was left over by the predecessor. Successor will not start afresh. He will at the max issue notice to assessee that okay, I am appointed in place of Mr. X. If you have anything to say, please come and meet me on so and so date. All these things don't happen because nowadays everything is in a faceless manner. But what I mean to say is that he will not start from the scratch. He will not start from the scratch, but if assessee demands that before he proceeds further with regards to remaining 20% of proceeding, before he proceeds further, assessee shall be given an opportunity of being heard. Assessee demands that before you proceed further, two of the demands, either any part of the previous proceeding shall be reopened or an opportunity of being reheard shall be given to him, then such opportunity of being heard shall be given to him. This opportunity will be called as opportunity of being reheard, meaning thereby opportunities were already given by earlier AO, but still assessee wants something to be explained to the successor AO. Assessee tries that, sir, without understanding or without verbal discussion, you will not understand. So please allow me to come and meet you once, understand my matter. Then that opportunity will have to be given. If assessee demands, then opportunity has to be given. If assessee does not demand, but AO wants to give, then AO can issue notice and call assessee that come and meet me. I am not understanding certain part. Though you explained to earlier AO, come and explain it to me. What is the relevance of this section? Relevance is that in upcoming chapters, whenever there is any time limit imposed on AO to complete any proceeding within time limit, 12 months, 24 months, then while calculating the time limit, whatever time of AO is lost because of giving opportunity of being reheard to the assessee, may it be 1 day, may it be 1 week, may it be 1 month, may it be 1 year, that much extra time will be given to AO, or rather that much time will be excluded while calculating time limit applicable to AO. I myself had a bad experience of this. One of the CIT appeal is also income tax authority. He got changed, succeeded by another officer. Earlier CIT appeal already consumed my 3 years. New CIT appeal he contacted us. We took opportunity. We said okay, we would like to be reheard. I thought it will take me one session, one hearing. It took me 3 months to explain it to him what is the matter. He took 3 months of time. This happens. Then that much extra time will be given to that CIT appeal. 130 unimportant section, faceless proceeding. It says everything whatever we discuss will be done in a faceless manner. I have not even covered this provision in the revision lecture. Totally unimportant. Next is last section, which is important. So 3 sections are important in this chapter. 119, all 3 of them are odd numbers. 119, powers of severity to issue circular, etc., but only third part. Then 129, opportunity of being reheard, and section 131, this section. It says these many income tax authorities, and they are saying AO also. AO is defined in section 2 clause 7a. 5 people are AO: additional commissioner, joint commissioner, deputy, assistant, ITO. Indirectly everyone. In first paragraph here they have covered up all the income tax authority. It says all these income tax authorities shall have following powers, and to exercise following 5 powers they shall have all the powers which are vested in a civil court under CPC 1908, Code of Civil Procedure 1908. So what powers? Number 1, power of discovery and inspection. Here nothing is clarified further. Discover what and inspect what? So answer, discover, they can discover anything, they can inspect anything. Enforcing attendance of any person and compelling production of books of accounts document. Enforcing attendance of any person including banking company officer. Enforcing, that means not inviting, forcibly asking that person to appear, and examining such person on oath. Oath means swearing in the name of God, swearing in the name of God, and then that statement cannot be retracted. Anytime when the statement recording takes place on oath, that statement cannot be retracted, cannot be changed. If assessee changes the statement, makes another statement, sorry sir, earlier I said like this, my mistake, my correct sentence is this. If he changes the statement, then earlier statement will also be standing good, earlier statement will work as an evidence. Therefore, here examination is on oath. Compelling production of books of account document, issuing summons, that is commission. Summons means asking somebody to appear before compulsorily. Ensuring entry of somebody, ensuring presence of somebody, that is called summoning somebody. Okay. Now the first paragraph does not say that these authorities have following powers. It says that following these authorities shall have all the powers of civil court, which civil court has under CPC while trying a suit in respect of following matters. Simple meaning, income tax authorities shall have all the powers of civil court when they are discharging their functions with regards to following items. What does that mean? That means, let me give you one example. If a civil court issues a summons to somebody, civil court has summoned somebody requiring that person to appear before. Let's say civil court has issued summons to some politician, let's say Arvind Kejriwal. He does not appear. Then second time summons, third time summons. Finally, civil court has a power to take help of police, get that person officially arrested from his house and compulsorily produce him before the court. So these authorities can also do that, but all these powers are only for namesake, only for exam purpose. In real life, these powers are, they don't exercise this power. Fifth and the last power. Which powers? 5 powers. First power was discovery and inspection, enforcing attendance of any person, examining them on oath, compelling production of books of account document, issuing commission or summons, and fifth point is the power to impound books of accounts document. Impound means retain in their custody. Whatever original books of account documents are produced here, which assessee only was called upon, assessee himself produced, then those books of account documents can be retained by them for 15 working days. 15 working days. 15 working days means excluding Saturday, Sundays, weekends. This is the holiday off for them. So Monday to Friday, 15 working days would mean approx 3 weeks minus any bank holidays also. Okay, we are talking about impounding of original books of account document, not talking about photocopy. Photocopy can be retained lifetime, or a soft copy can also be retained lifetime. Okay, because soft copy can be duplicated, multiplied. Question of returning back does not arise. Okay, original we are talking about. Generally, these people don't keep the originals. They ask you always to come along with original and photocopy. Original and photocopy will be matched with each other. Originals are returned back instantly. But if they can't do it due to voluminous accounts, due to any reason, then they can retain originals for 15 working days. They will take time to verify. No? Finally, if they want to extend beyond 15 working days, then 2 conditions to be satisfied. Prior approval of higher authority and reasons to be recorded in writing. Prior approval means before expiry of 15th day, that is latest by 14th day they will have to take the approval. Reasons to be recorded as to why you need to retain beyond 15 working days. Points to be noted, last 3 points. Non-compliance of summons under this section will attract 10,000 rupees of penalty under 272A1. This will be reproduced in penalty chapter also. Second and third point, even transfer pricing officer TPO shall also have all the powers which are available here. Even authority for advance ruling, which is now called as board for advance ruling. We have a separate chapter on this for which I have recorded the video. If you have not checked it out, please go and check it out. Board for advance ruling, BAR. Okay, they can also exercise the same power whatever is available here. That's it. With that, the revision of this chapter comes to an end. Thank you very much. Wish you all a very good luck. See you in the next video with some other chapter.